Hi everyone. This semester, your students have taken an all-new mid-semester evaluation of your teaching. This means that the report you're about to receive is completely new. Just for historical context, let's go back and look at how instructors have been evaluated by their students in the past. Historically, students have graded their instructors on a scale of 1 to 7, giving their instructor a score somewhere in between. This was great for the time, but one of the weaknesses is that many students even flip-flopped these scores. And a lot of instructors focused on the score, and they didn't have actionable things to walk away with to work on in their teaching and improve with their teaching. We think we've fixed all of those problems, or many of them, with this new survey. Let me give you just a quick overview. Each of your students have answered questions like you see here. Which of the following have you seen your instructor do? Your students will have 5 action items that they are going to say yes or no to. These are things that they're saying, I have seen my teacher do. You're going to see what percentage of your students have recognized your actions on these particular items. So as students respond, you'll see a percentage grow according to each action item that students have responded to. So they can select all that apply as they respond to this survey. Let me show you just a little bit bigger, higher level for a second. This survey is going to give you 4 different categories. The first 3 categories are your instructor standards, standard 1, 2, and 3. The 4th category is going to be your online teaching skills. Within each of those 4 categories, students will identify which of the 5 items they have witnessed in your teaching. So as we dive down into one of these reports, what you're going to see is a percentage. What percentage of your students recognized your actions on each of these items? You will see your results in blue, and you'll see the average of all BYU-Idaho instructors in orange. You'll see them side by side. That way you can compare your results to what the average is. So what we hope results from this is you will find 2 or 3 items that you can improve upon and 2 or 3 items that you're doing really well at. Remember that if your score is a little lower in some categories, it's because students haven't recognized your actions. It's not that you're not doing those things. This is what you have received in the email. As you open your PDF, you'll see one of these results, one of these reports for each of your sections that you're teaching. Notice that in Standard 1, it says, to help build my faith in Jesus Christ, my instructor applies gospel insights. So remember, this is my students saying yes. 70% of my students said yes. They saw that. 59% of my students said that they saw me invite students to act as disciples of Christ, or they felt that invitation. The next page, we're going to show you Standard 3 and your online teaching skills. I want to dive into one example here. Let's look right here for a minute to see that my instructor stimulates my desire to learn more. 50% of my students noticed me doing it, but that's quite below the average. So potentially I have some room for improvement. I'm doing a really good job at encouraging my students to apply what they learn, but for some reason I'm not stimulating their desire. If I really can't figure out what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm doing some good things here, the best thing that I can do at this point is go talk to my TGL, show them what I'm doing in my class, and have a mentoring moment with them where I can bounce ideas off of them and get feedback about why a larger portion of my students aren't recognizing what I am doing, recognizing my actions for what they are. And then I can try to make those adjustments and see what my scores look like next semester. The important thing being here is your students aren't saying you're a bad instructor, and please, we don't want you to hear that. What we want you to hear or see is there are specific items here that students are saying, I'm not seeing my teacher do these things. What else can I do as a teacher to help more of my students see my actions in certain areas? So out of these 20 items, what we hope you do is identify 2 or 3 things that you're doing well with and 2 or 3 things that you can improve. Meet with your mentor, your TGL, and find out what other things you can do to improve. That is the purpose of this activity, is to get feedback from your students and make adjustments. Additionally, students are leaving comments for the instructor that can be read at the very bottom of the report, like they always have been. That's it. Your students filled this survey out. They're trying to tell you something. We hope that as we become student-focused by design, that we will listen to students' comments, try to find out ways that we can get our messages and our personalities and our content knowledge into the lives and the hearts of our students. Have a great day.